This is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And that's what she said. I want to start this video by saying the reason I quit TikTok is because of my own personal experiences with the app and being a content creator on the app. I just want to talk about my personal experience and why I stopped using the app altogether. By no means is this a down with TikTok app. This is a down with the Big Bang Theory video. You should never have watched it, and if you found it funny, you should feel ashamed of yourself. Seek some help. I want to start by saying why I started using TikTok and the reason why I started making videos. I've always had an interest and a passion in making some kind of content. I've made YouTube videos in the past. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna keep the first video I ever made was a movie review back when I would like to say it was a lot longer than it was, but I was in college at the time. I had just graduated a few years ago, so still fresh, sadly. I've made YouTube videos, I've streamed on Twitch, and then I did TikTok. I used TikTok honestly because when Vine was around, I didn't have the app, not because I was too young or any other reason than people said people that made Vines were cringe. So instead I would agree and just watch Vine compilations every night on YouTube, because that was, somehow better than downloading the app. So made sense in a high schooler's brain, I guess. I saw that TikTok was a second way of kind of getting your name out there. I never thought that I was actually going to get any type of following, and I by no means have a large following on TikTok, but I just didn't expect more than maybe 100 people to ever see my videos. Mostly I was making it because it made me happy. The first ever TikTok that I had that took off was a Pete Davidson sound. If you know me, you know probably the TikTok.
You know him?
He's a new friend.
You okay? You could tell me.
I'm okay.
Oh, I trained her in the car. She's not gonna break.
The TikTok was mostly just a joke about trauma from past relationships. The funniest thing in the world, obviously. I remember I posted that video and I did not go on the app for a few days. And I remember, so I got a notification that when my friend sent me a TikTok, I opened the app and I saw that TikTok had blown up. It had a few thousand views, and I was ecstatic. It was the happiest I'd been at that time in a really long time. It really set a fire underneath me because I was, working a dead-end job. I was very lonely. I just moved into my first apartment and my parents moved states away. I just thought if I could use this following, this small little blip that I had, to somehow grow a following on TikTok, I could then do more of the content I really wanted to do, which is streaming and YouTube. Then I started making more content, and a lot of them didn't do well, but I had a few that hit about 2 million or so, and I gained a little bit of a following. It was when I stopped posting, my following was 30,000. I actually genuinely do not know what my following, how many people I've unfollowed, what I'm at now, because I stopped using the app. I still, at this moment in time, have not opened up TikTok, and I probably will, because I think I'm going to post this video or a clip of this video to my TikTok. I don't know if people even cared if I left. TikTok is such a weird app where you love these creators, but there's amount of times where I was trying to tell friends oh, there's this great creator and they look like this, and I'm like, well, what's their name? And I wouldn't know it because I just didn't pay attention to their names. Obviously there were some that I knew and I followed them and I knew their names. I followed them on other social medias, but amount of the times that I had just talked about someone just by their looks or the content they create, but not knowing who they actually are. And that's a part of why I stopped using the app as a whole. I got my first few 1,000 followers on TikTok. I thought it was going to be what I had always dreamed had I made more of a impact socially on other apps like YouTube or Twitch. I thought that I was going to build a community in which I would have fans, that I would be able to interact with people that were like me and wanted to talk about the things that interested me and that I liked. You know, I wanted to make friends, I wanted to branch out, I wanted to network with people that were passionate about making content, that were passionate about music, were passionate about fashion, stuff that I was interested in. And I found that TikTok was a lot more isolating than I ever expected it to be. I made a lot of mutual connections on TikTok, and maybe it was me being an awkward person kind of experience, or, you know, TikTok being an app where you just become mutuals, you like each other's content, and there's no real interaction between creators. But I didn't make any friends really through TikTok, or even have conversations that delved outside of making content. And that was very surprising to me. I thought that I was going to make friends and talk to people, and yeah, obviously you're going to talk about, you know, making content, because that's, you know, what brought you together, and probably a passion of yours, something that you're proud of. But I thought it was going to be more than, hey, do you think this video is going to do well? Or, you know, I don't know if this is going to be hitting my audience. I don't want to branch outside of my niche, because then the video is just not going to do well. Or, hey, do you want to do a collab? Or do you want to do this? And maybe we could both collectively get more followers. That is not the only form of communication I really wanted from TikTok. And I'm not saying this in terms of shame on those TikTokers or anything like that. If that's what they wanted and they're, you know, out to get that bag, make that content, I'm happy for them. I just wanted more of a community. That was why I wanted to make content, and I thought that this like niche of people that all enjoyed one common thing or a few common things, and we could talk and make stupid jokes and just laugh and just be a positive impact on each other's lives. And I think the fact that I didn't experience that on TikTok was one of the main reasons why I just stopped caring about the content I made for the most part. I wanted to make content that I was proud of, and I stopped doing that. And I'm not saying that I'm not proud of a lot of the videos I made. There's some that I'm absolutely not proud of that I think were just, you know, boring and just a waste of my time, or just something just to post that day. But that's part of the issue of why being a TikTok content creator sucks. The algorithm for TikTok, if you are a creator, is that you constantly have to be making content. And I don't mean like putting out one video a day, but it's putting out 2 to 3 videos a day to make sure that you're a part of the algorithm, that you're getting pushed. And then when you don't post for a day or even a week, your next post is going to be less likely to get traction. So it was very exhausting, not only to constantly be making content, but to be thinking of content that people would like. And I'm not saying it in terms of, you know, it sucked working for this, because I like doing it for a lot of the videos I made. But there's this weird experience between making content that you're proud of and then making content that actually does well. There was at one point where I was making content that I only was proud of, and I would only post videos that I thought were funny, that my friends would think are funny, that I would think my followers would enjoy. But some of those videos didn't do well, so therefore I wouldn't be gaining a following and I wouldn't be reaching more people, so then I had to pretty much water down the content that I wanted to make content that people enjoyed watching, in terms of it was easy to make on TikTok. It was doing the same thing that everyone else is doing. And I'm not saying that's wrong, because obviously you add your own twist to it and it makes it special and unique to you and to your audience, but it is exhausting to make something that isn't 100% coming from your own interest. There's also a huge pressure to make so much content all at once. So I remember that I would get home. I worked at the time of making TikToks, and still now a full-time job, because TikTok does not pay anywhere near enough money for you to do that. And I'm not saying that's my goal. Obviously it was to not have a full 9-to-5 job. I like having a big girl job. I went to school for it. It's exhausting to work a 9-to-5 job, come home, and then have to make a plethora of videos and have to, you know, change my attire, change my surroundings to make it different, to make new content that went well or worked together that people would want to enjoy every day, and then have a stock up of videos. This way that when I was working I could post it, and then the next day I could still post stuff. It was always come home from work, film as many videos as you can, and then post them. And then there's also a matter of, there's trends, and the trends on TikTok go so fast. You can make one funny video and that sound could be popular for about 2 days to maybe a week max. And if I'm late on that sound, or if you were late posting a video because there was a video you liked more that you'd rather post than the now trending sound or trending, you know, thing to do, that video now might do less because of the fact that you didn't post it in time. There was a lot of having to debate, should I post something that I'm less proud of because I know it's going to do well, or should I post the video I am proud of and have it not do as well as the video I have saved in my history or saved in my drafts? It's just exhausting at the end of the day to make so much content and then have to negotiate with myself the content I wanted to make and liked posting to content that I just knew would do well and promote my, you know, identity, promote me as a person that I know I'd gain traction out of. There's also just the feeling of defeat when you put a lot of work into a TikTok that you think is great and just have it not do well. And obviously that could be said with anything, with a YouTube video or with, you know, streaming, anything. That's obviously very defeating. But when you have to post 2 to 3 times a day just to stay relevant, and having 2 of those 3 videos a day, or, you know, 7 videos a week not do well, is just more defeating than I could ever expected it to be. Another reason why I stopped posting on TikTok and stopped using the app as a whole is a more personal reason, I guess, in terms of I felt like shit being on TikTok a lot of the time. I think there's a lot of times in school and like growing up that women and just people are, you know, obviously told that there's a certain ideal that you're supposed to look like, and it's obviously pushed when it comes to tabloids back in the day when people actually read those things, and, you know, magazines and those like ENT, whatever the hell it was, where 2 mediocre celebrities would rate and talk shit about other celebrities. There's TMZ. TMZ still does that. Believe it or not, they're still active and well, somehow. I think that it's, and obviously it's good that we talked about that growing up, and it's obviously like such a well-known thing that, you know, there's more than one kind of person, there's more than one beautiful ideal of what a human should look like, obviously, and that's great. I think though that people don't talk enough about, yeah, that was something that we all know about tabloids and, you know, social media like Instagram, that people edit their photos and, you know, they don't look like that, obviously. But I think it's different when it comes to something like TikTok, because obviously it's another social media. Obviously people are using filters. It's part of the app itself. Everyone uses filter. And I'm happy that TikTok also shows people that a filter is being used. That's great. But I think that also people could do editing outside of the app where you wouldn't know that there's a filter on, or they did some kind of enhancement to how they look, their body type, anything like that. As well as just, you ingest more content on TikTok alone than you would any other social media app or any tabloid, any shitty, you know, TMZ reel. You are enjoying so much content on TikTok that has that altering filter, something edited about it, that you don't realize how much that makes you feel shitty. And that's, again, this is all a personal experience. This is all me. Like, this is what I thought, this is what I got at the end of the day watching TikToks all the time. But I remember watching so many TikToks and just being like, wow, you're an ugly piece of shit. About enough on TikTok. Obviously on Instagram, everyone knows that that's not, you know, 100% what people look like, or they're only showing the best parts of their life. Some people edit their their bodies, their faces, stuff like that. And obviously everyone knows already that like Hollywood's fake, everyone's edited, everyone's polished to look better. That's nothing new. I think that the issue with TikTok when it comes to mental health about how you look is more so in terms of how much content you actually consume. You're gonna look at so many more people, creators, advice on how you should look, why you should do your makeup, your hair, how you should dress yourself to look better, why this is better, that kind of thing on TikTok than you would any other form of social media. Anyone that is using TikTok is using it for the most part for hours a day, and you're going to see thousands of people that are just going to make you feel inadequate. And I felt like at the end of the day, a lot of the times, I would feel inadequate. I would feel unpalatable as a human being, not just because of how I looked, but just as my life as a whole. And that also just was a huge nosedive in my mental health. Am I saying that when I stopped using TikTok, my mental health flourished and I'm the best I've ever been? Obviously, look at me. No. No, obviously not. I have 2 brain cells working for last place 9 times out of 10. But I did feel better about my appearance, about living the life I wanted to, and why living for me was better than living by the accords of what I thought other people should be living, or how other people should be living as a whole. Am I saying I'm never going to use TikTok again? I'm never going to create content on TikTok? No. I'm just saying that I stopped making TikToks for a while and took a break from social media as a whole because I just wasn't doing well mentally due to the amount of strains I have with working a full-time job, making content, and just mental health. Do I see myself going back to making TikToks the way I used to, where I'd post 3 times a day and I would do a backlog of videos up for months? No, I don't think so. And I do know is I want to make content. I miss having some form of way of expressing myself online. I love oversharing. That is something that I'm good at, sadly enough. Or, whatever. I love making content. I love people telling me I'm funny. I miss that a lot. So if you want to say that in the comments below, that'd be great. So am I gonna make TikToks again? Maybe. I don't see it happening soon, but maybe. Do I see myself making YouTube videos? Yeah. That's why we're here. Please follow and subscribe for more. I think that this is something that I'm going to be able to put more of myself into and put more time and care and be proud of the content I'm actually making. So I think that doing YouTube over TikTok for me personally is going to be a lot better. And I hope that you do stay. I hope that you want to watch more of my content. I want you to watch more of me because I'm fantastic, obviously. Do I know the content I'm going to make on here 100%? No. If you do plan on staying around and watching more videos of mine, I'm probably going to do vlogs and some video essays on, shows and books and movies and whatever the hell I want, really. And hearing my unsolicited opinions on things that you probably don't care about, but you should listen to my opinion because it's very good. I have a very strong opinion. It took me a long time. It took a long time up here to form that opinion just for you to hear it. And you better agree with it also. So I also might go back to streaming. I really miss streaming. I have not only have I not streamed in forever, I have not played Stardew Valley in months, and I think that's the biggest toll on my mental health because I have no idea how my chickens are doing, and I also have not, my husband's probably dead. Shane, if you're hearing this, put down the bottle. I'm sorry. I'll come back home. I'll stop talking to Sebastian. He meant nothing to me. And neither did Emily. Or Abigail. Or Sam. So I think that's it. I think I said my piece on why I stopped making content for a while. If you missed my TikToks, let me know in the comments below because that would be a huge boost to my confidence and your girl needs that sometimes. I'm entering my e-begging phase, but I'm not begging for donations. I'm begging for you to tell me that I'm good. Tell me I'm good. Tell me that you like my content. So thank you so much. If you made it through this long video, I actually have no idea how long this is. This is also going to be my first time editing a full video on a camera that isn't on my phone. So that should be fun. But thank you for watching this full video. If you did, I didn't really use a script. I just went from my heart. Went from, my actual thoughts and feelings because I felt like that would be more genuine. And thank you for, staying around. I hope you come back. I'd like to see your handsome, beautiful face again. Oh yeah, I guess I should also say, like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification. Comment down below. I think that's all the stupid, like, self-shilling things I have to say.